Hi guys, welcome to my makeup channel. I have just come back from having a walk and it's felt so good. I feel a lot freer and lighter. The idea of going for a walk means that, you know, I'm not sitting on my bum all day, and yeah, I really appreciated it. So anyway, I created this makeup look, this halo cut crease for spring. I thought it would be, you know, ideal to try out a halo cut crease eye look, which, you know, I want to keep practicing so I can get better. And I feel like it was more in depth than other halo cut creases that I've done. But anyway, you can find out for yourself. If you're interested to see how I created this look, then feel free to stay here and keep watching. Well, as you can tell, I've already finished an eye and an eyebrow. I know that you could probably tell yourself, so why am I saying this? But just to make it clear, I will be doing the other side the same. And I've got a lip product on because basically I'd had lip sense on 2 days ago and the color was still on. But today I decided to change the color, which is more of a darker red tone, and, you know, not remove the previous color, because that's the thing with lip sense, is that it does stay on for more than 1 day. Anyway, it's so good to be back. I spent a lot more time trying to create this halo eye look. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Plus I added lashes, which is something you don't see me doing often. Even with pregnancy, I'm just like, lashes. Can I stomach it today or not? But I was happy about wearing lashes today. And they are King Beauty lashes. As some of you are aware of, I am an ambassador for King Beauty, so I'll link it below where you can use my affiliate code and feel free to order something for yourself with a discount. It is available in Australia and the States, that I can tell you. Okay, so let me get on with the rest of my eye. Oh, before I forget, I have actually put foundation on. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, your skin looks really great, it's probably because I have actually put foundation on. I decided that, you know, the other day when I was doing a tutorial, I didn't feel like contouring, but I'm making an effort today. So I'm pushing myself just a little bit more to do contouring, and just to make the video a little shorter. That's why I just went ahead and did my foundation before. The day before I posted my last makeup tutorial, I did actually do, you know, like film a video, but apparently there was no sound. So there's a story to that. Let me just get on with my makeup and I'll tell you as I go along. Alright, so what I want to start with, hopefully I've got the brushes that I need right in front of me. So I'm going back into the Makeup Revolution palette that I used the other day because I have it right here and it does have a cream product for concealing over my eyelid, which is perfect for, you know, any eye primer. Basically, I had been studying at CIT and one day I needed to take my phone to the toilet. I can't remember what the reason was, but I dropped it in the toilet. And I wasn't really impressed with myself, because if you can imagine, dropping something like your phone in the toilet probably isn't going to have a great effect later on, and it certainly ruined something in my phone, which we believe is the motherboard. So I have to get myself a new phone. When I filmed that video the other day, it's probably because the motherboard had been ruined, so there's no sound. But for me, when I'm recording the video, I can hear myself. You just can't hear me when, you know, I've uploaded the video. So I'm sorry about that. These things happen, so I am not the type to beat myself up about it. In fact, I'm quite looking forward to getting myself a new phone anyway. I'm thinking of getting something a little bit bigger than the last one. Oh, and it's right in front of me anyway. This is the phone that I have at the moment. I believe it's one of the iPhone phones. And I did get some cases online from eBay, you know, because I'm just one of those eBay lovers. Turns out that all the cases I got were slightly too big, so the phone slips and slides up and down in the case. Therefore, maybe it's a blessing that I'm getting myself a new phone. You know, as I said, these things happen for a reason and I'm not bothered by it at all. Please excuse the fact that my nose is a bit runny today. I think it could be because I have been moving around a little bit more today. And hopefully you can see me applying a transparent powder over the top of my primer. Okay, so this look really does involve a fair amount of brushes. So if you're willing to go into depth doing a halo eye look like I'm doing, you will need at least 8 brushes for your eyes. So I basically started off with a fluffy brush. It's a Profusion Cosmetics brush, and I went into the palette today, which is one I've used before, but I don't think I did a halo cut crease when I did this one. So this is the Nala 32 shade pressed pigment palette by Amoras. I do love their eyeshadow palettes. They're from Discount Beauty Boutique. I'd love to know how to figure out to be an affiliate for them, because I know for a fact that I love their makeup, and so, you know, other people would as well. I'll figure that out. In the meantime though, I want to start off with the shade Africa, and thank goodness all the names are actually on the palette, so I don't have an extra piece of plastic or paper to hold on to take off and put back on. That to me is just an extra piece of work, but people create makeup and there are reasons behind why they have it in certain styles and formats. So I'm patting this in my crease. It is what I would consider a darker lime green shade. Hopefully you can see that. Because I'm filming this video a little bit earlier on in the day, unlike the other video, or the last one that was a spring makeup look, I'm gonna call this another spring makeup look just because I can, and it does make me think about spring. I had the blinds closed and the light on, whereas now I don't have the light on. I'm sort of relying on the natural light to show up. So again, if this is not that clear, please excuse that. I will always try my best to make my videos a little bit better, a little bit clearer each time, because I know if you're trying to watch someone doing their makeup and their camera or their lighting is really dull or just doesn't actually show up all the details, it can be a little bit frustrating for you, and I get that, so I'm keeping that in mind. Anyway, that was Africa, and I was thinking about it when I saw the name. I've never been to Africa, but I can tell you now that that is one place I would love to go to sometime in the future. I love the idea of going on a safari and being closer to nature, having the opportunity to see all the different types of animals. My mother was born in Kenya, and I know it's specifically where I'm pinpointing my safari trip, but I also know that she has some really interesting stories growing up in Kenya, and when she comes to when she comes to Canberra, which will probably be by the end of this year, fingers crossed, I will see if I can get her to come on camera. She's not really into being filmed, so we'll have to take it one step at a time. She's very old-fashioned, my mother, and I love her to bits for that, but it also can be a little bit challenging, seeing as I do have a channel and I would like her to be part of it. So anyway, maybe you can write in the comments about how much you'd love to see her in one of my videos. Okay, so the next shade I want to use is called Lion Guard, and it is what I call a dirty green. This one here. I think it's supposed to be closer to the shade brown or grey, but I find that this shade does complement the previous one I used because it's a lot darker, and I use it in my crease again, but a little bit lower so that I'm getting closer to my eyelid. I'm using a King Beauty brush, but it doesn't have a number or a name. I know that this is perfect for eyeshadow because of course it fits on my eye. And I think that's the thing with makeup, is that you don't know until you try products out. So, you know, someone can say to you, oh, this brush is perfect for this, or this brush is good for that. But everybody's face is different as well. So you're gonna make sure that you try it yourself. Does it actually fit on your eye, or would you prefer using that brush for just your cheeks or, you know, another part of your body? That's something that you want to experiment with first, because it's great when you have experts who know what they're talking about, but I really believe that everybody is an expert in their own way and they will know their body best. Okay, so this time I'm actually using a brush that has been used before. This is another Profusion Cosmetics, funny enough. No, sorry, this is Crush, because this is the blending Crush Cosmetics brush. Crush is no longer in business as far as I believe, which is a little bit of a shame because I really liked getting palettes from them as well. Anyway, moving on from that, it was a brush that had no pigment on it, but because I've used it on this eye already, I can use it on the other one as well. So what you want is a clean brush that's fluffy and going to help blend those two shades together so that there's a softer transition between the two. Otherwise it looks like one color, you know, mixed, not mixed, but one color on top of another, and it just doesn't look like it's smooth. It just looks really rough. So by using a fluffy brush that has no pigment on it, you can help the transition look a little more natural. Okay, right, so the next part is getting another fluffy brush, which I've used here. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. It certainly has been loved as well. It's got a little bit of a crack in it, but that's not going to stop me from using it. It's not actually ruining, like it's not going to be a problem to use. It still does what it needs to. So there's a fluffy side and there's a slightly smaller, you know, closer bristle side. So I want to use the fluffy end first. Going into the shade Lioness, which is an orange. I think what I had in mind was something a little closer to the shade of top that I'm wearing. Now this, I'm just blending this in the V shape, okay? That's all. I'm not going over the whole lid because what I want to do is have one side with that lioness shade, and another part from my nose, only, you know, to the middle. I don't want it covering the middle because I'll be adding lighter shades in there. That's what gives it that halo effect. So you want it darker on the left and right, and then as you move into the middle, it gets brighter. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. It does to me. I remember the first time I was sort of working on halo eye looks, and I really didn't know how it was going to come out. I remember being impressed though, so I think I did something right. I just feel that it has been something that I've needed to practice a little bit more than other eye looks. So I want to go into a shade that is more of a red tone, like a earth red. So it's not red, it's more like the earth and the ground, dirt, that sort of thing. So just tapping that on top of the lioness shade. Oh, by the way, it's called Truth, so we like that. And then to give it that, see what I'm talking about, to give it that extra dynamic look, I'm using a flat brush and tapping in this black, matte black shade here, which I'm gonna call Power. All right, so, and I'm not covering both the orange and red shade, just again closer to the outer area of the eye. I still want lioness to peek through. That's the goal. So I'm not completely covering it. Can you see what I'm trying to achieve here? And of course the camera decides to shut itself off. You might want to go back into your previous shade, lioness, and just tap it over the top of the matte black shade, which is called Power. I think I told you that anyway, didn't I? I said that. Excuse me for repeating myself. This is going to be something that I may do a fair bit of. Not trying to annoy you or anything. And then going into my concealer, just the same one I used for my eye primer, with a slightly smaller brush. I think I called it like a toothpick sort of size last time when I was doing an eye look. And I just want to basically tap that in the middle of the eye, and at the top I want to bring it out wider. So to me it looks kind of like a tornado. I don't have any other description to call it. Can you see what I've done there? I really need to go to the toilet. Okay, I will be back. Continuing with the eye look, I really enjoy this next part, is adding the lighter shades in the middle. So I did start off with using a brush. This one has, it's a Profusion Cosmetics brush again. It's got two ends. I want to use the flat side, not the fluffy one, just the flat side, because obviously it's smaller and I can get it into the small areas of the eye. And what I want to start with is the shade Revival. It's really interesting. Every time I hear the word revival, here, I think of Selena Gomez and her album Revival. So I'm basically just tapping that close to the lioness shade, not in the middle, because we want a really pretty lighter shade in the middle, something that's shimmery and stands out. So I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch my channel. I am so grateful for all of you, and when I get messages saying that, you know, what I'm telling you or sharing with you is something that makes you feel good, that is just everything to me, because when I get up on here and I do a video, I don't do it to impress. I always do it to share what I love, like influencing you guys, because I know what I do makes me feel good. So I feel like by sharing that with you, it will also make you feel good. And it's just really special to be able to connect with you, knowing that some of you are on the other side of the world at the moment as well. We've never met in person, but you obviously get the impression that, you know me, because you've seen my videos and you feel comfortable watching my channel. So thank you for that. And I'm really happy if it's made you feel good. Really, I am. And while I was talking, I made a lot of mistakes, so I'm just going back into this. Actually, I was meant to put in the liner shade, but anyway, that's okay. So that glitter shade sort of went all over the show. That does happen. Glitter is really hard to take off, so when you do make a mistake, I think you just have to take it in your mindset that you know, you just cover areas with more glitter and then it won't be as noticeable. That's what I find anyway. So I'm not telling you from an expert's point of view at all. But now we're going to go into Faith, which is a really nice name for this pearly shimmer shade on the end. And that I'm just going to use my finger, because I know, just like I said 2 days ago, has a better payoff, makes the shade pop. So can you see that? If I bring it in, is it giving you an idea of what I'm doing? Hopefully yes. And then of course you can go back in with the previous shades and just blend it all together, making it look smoother and connected. Because I think that's what makes really great eye looks, is when you blend more. Excuse me, that was a lot of energy I wasn't really prepared for. But anyway, now I can move on to doing my brow, because you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, the brows haven't been done yet. They're a little bit left out. This one anyway hasn't been finished. With that, see, with my eyeshadow here, which is sort of gone a little bit wonky do, you can also use a clean brush and just make circular motions, bring it back in on the eye so that it looks like it's blended out a little bit more and not so harsh on the face. That's the key, is blending. And I know you guys probably have heard that millions of times. It's getting to a point where, why should you even say it, because everybody knows it now. But at the same time, it's really helpful. I also noticed that 2 days ago when I was doing my makeup tutorial, I showed you guys my eyeshadow palette that I was using, my eyebrow palette that I was using, this one, the Pixie and Chloe Morello, but I didn't actually show you the correct eyebrow color. So can you excuse me for that? I think I just must have pointed in the wrong direction. But I had used the shade Knot, and that's what I've used again today. I'm going to point in the right place. It's up here. This one here. That is Knot, and that is what I will be using on my brow to fill it out. It's very windy day today, but I'm so thankful the sun is out. Which means the weather is warmer. It feels good. It really does. It feels good. It's not something that I'm used to saying, but I do appreciate you guys to the fact that you are like my YouTube family. So I hope that that comes across as something natural for you. I remember there was a time when I was calling my subscribers legends, which you still are. You're still legends to me because you're all amazing in your own way. And then I think I've noticed a lot of people and their channels say that they have a YouTube family or a YouTube, what is it, a YouTube gang or a YouTube clan or something like that. And the name family actually is really quite special. It gives me kind of goosebumps when I say that, but in a good way. Like, I'm thinking of you guys as people that I feel comfortable sharing what I'm doing with, and you know, that's what you'd like family to be. People that make you feel comfortable and support what you do and enjoy watching you, because, you know, it's good fun. Right, moving on to mascara. This is one that I used the other day, so nothing new, but if you can remember, it was all about the fact that it helps my lashes lift and strengthen a lot more. I don't know what's going on with my face, but that was not intended. So let's just add some mascara. So I have used King lashes today, and they're in a packet that is the shape of a butterfly. The packaging is quite cute. Beauty limit at the moment. I like always when they are attached to a container like this. I just know that it won't fit on my eye, so I make sure I have a pair of trusty scissors with me so that I can, you know, cut any extra pieces off. Meantime though, I will focus on getting my Morphe liner pencil. This is the shade Harper, and it's light blue. Placing that in my waterline at my area. Have similar shades, so I guess I wasn't too fussed when they were saying that the palette had run out, or that they were no longer making 35B anymore. Like, it's really pretty, but there are other palettes out there that have similar shades. Alright, so obviously I'm just placing that blue shade underneath the liner. It's not exactly the same blue, but it's as close as it's gonna get today. Alright, and then I'm gonna go back into the mascara again, because I really want to make an effort to lift up my lashes. As I said I would, so I will. It's so beautiful. Alright, so contouring. I do have this BYS palette here, which has a highlight, cheek and contour, 3 different types. I'm going to use an angle brush and place, actually, if I'm doing contour, I want a slightly smaller brush. Forget what I said earlier. I'm going to be using this one here in the contour shade, and it's like a darker brown. definitely need a mirror, otherwise I'm going to be doing this very messy. So just from the top of my ear, bring it down as if there's an invisible line reaching my mouth, the corner of my mouth there. So I want to do the same on the other side. I think the key as well is not to add too much, because it takes longer to blend out. But also making sure that you're not actually reaching your lips. You don't want it all the way down, but you want it enough to notice that it's on the cheekbone. Okay. And lifting it up as well. See, I'm tapping it a fair bit. I want to lift up my cheeks rather than bring them down, as that gives me a look of tiredness or, you know, older. And obviously I want to lift up my face, keeping it youthful and alive. Followed by that, I want to get into the cheek shade with the angle brush that I was talking about earlier. And I will start with the forehead, because I don't know if you can tell, but my forehead is not covered by any fringe, and I want to give it a little bit of a shadow, very soft shadow, like a This is the final look, everybody. I'm so happy about how it turned out. Really pleased with myself that I'd, you know, pushed myself a little bit to do a contour and wear lashes. As I said before, the lashes are King Beauty, so if you are keen to try lashes for the very first time, or you've worn lashes before but you've never tried King Beauty, that is what I am an affiliate, a brand ambassador for. So I'm more than happy for you to use my link and do yourself a favor to get yourself a discount and get yourself some lashes. Why not? They do have other things apart from lashes as well, and I have mentioned that in other videos, but of course you can always check out their website yourself and find out if there's anything else that you would be willing to try. So glad that I was able to do this, and I feel good now that, you know, I'm in my second trimester of pregnancy. It seems like I am myself again, and hopefully I can keep doing some more of these videos before I get to the third trimester, and who knows what I'm going to feel like when I get to that point. But sort of just making the most of how I feel at this present time, because that's all I can do. For any of you who love having inspiring messages, just remember to be grateful for what you have, because that is a wonderful way for you to get into a vibration that is high, and remembering that you do actually have many things in your life that you can be grateful for, that you're surrounded by right now. It may be something that you will notice in physical form, or it may be something emotional or to do with feelings. You feel good because you feel the love from your partner, or you feel the love from your children. Even your animals can be very loving as well. Just remember that you deserve the best, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. For now, I love you guys, and have a great rest of the week. Bye bye now.